Okay, boys and girls, knitting was first developed in the early 20th century in Ireland. It was a very important skill back then. It's an old skill that your grandparents and their parents before them would have learned. And we were very lucky in that there were sheep that we could get the wool from, and they used the wool. It was very important to them. They needed it to make blankets, not nice big doodies like we have nowadays, nice cozy doodies. They had to knit, a bit like what you're doing in class just now, knitting your patches together to make a blanket. You get patchwork quilts. They knitted socks. They knitted jumpers. They made clothes for new babies when they arrived, hats and scarves and so on. So knitting was a very important old skill, and nearly everybody in the family would be able to do it. As the years went on and as things became more modern, we were able to get patterns, which meant we could knit jumpers that had fancy diamonds and different things in them. And during the 1960s, 1970s, 1980s, ladies, especially in Donegal, would have knitted jumpers that went on to be sold to tourists, especially American tourists, and that was an industry in itself, and the people relied very much on that money coming in. Now, this old skill isn't as popular nowadays as it used to be back then, but we have moved on in a sense in that we now have big industrial knitting machines where people can work in factories to produce jumpers and so on. You know when you go out into the shops and you just pick a woolly jumper off the reel? That just didn't get there by itself. We needed to make that on a machine, and that is a new skill in itself that we use all the time.